Children, parents, government officials who are here today, invited guests, supporters, ladies and gentlemen. Sambula Vinaa, namaste, and a good morning to you all. I'm delighted and honored to be here to mark with you the beginning of the Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect Day, which is a worldwide effort to recognize our collective responsibility to prevent and confront all forms of child abuse and neglect. Child abuse can be prevented, but not without your help. I'm very passionate about children, just like all of you, and like any other parent, we do value this great gift from God, and we must continue to protect, nurture, and appreciate throughout the phases of childhood until they're able to stand responsibly on their own. The theme for our celebration is Great Childhoods Begin at Home. I believe that the home and family are the most important, most influential institutions in society. The strength of each family unit will ultimately make up the strength of a community and of a nation. We can say that a parent's role in their children's learning evolves as they grow. One thing remains constant. We are our children's learning models. Parents are the most visible models of behavior who shape a child's character. I challenge all parents present here this morning to take our role seriously in the care of our children, to appreciate them, to listen to them, to spend time with them, and to love them. Everyone is here this morning because we want to make a difference in the lives of Fijian children, some of whom may be subjected to some form of abuse at this very moment. My ministry urges everyone, young and old, the need to be responsible for our children and to take time to guide them. On that note, I'd like to acknowledge the declaration by the Fiji Council of Churches on the nationwide effort from Sunday this week to highlight the incidents of domestic violence and child abuse through religious teachings, sermons, and liturgies carried out in the member churches. Initiatives such as that break the silence on violence and thus give victims courage to approach religious institutions for refuge and counseling, knowing that the institution has condemned the practice. This support from community-based institutions is particularly important when the family support network of the child breaks. We already know that in some cases, abuse happens at home by members of our own families. What then becomes of the child victim who may feel trapped by the affection they feel for their abusers or fearful of the power the abusers have over them? The consolation for them would be to look outside the home and find that one person who they feel they can trust enough to share their issues with. So a community that keeps silent over the incidents of child abuse is a community that cannot be an effective refuge for child victims of abuse. How can we deal with the issues relating to child abuse if we are not talking out loud, bold, and taking a strong stance against it? This loud, strong stance does not only speak to perpetrators to tell them the child abuse is an abhorrent practice in our society. It also speaks to the child victim to tell him or her that we can be trusted, to listen to them, and to protect them. I therefore stand here on behalf of Fijian children today, asking other institutions out there in our various communities to follow suit and break the silence on child abuse and neglect. Ladies and gentlemen, as parents and guardians, we should accept that we now live in a different time to when we were raised. That is something we cannot change. I do remember a time as a child when I used to walk freely around the town of Savusavu, when we used to leave our home up in Vunikoka, leave the door open and come do our shopping in town. Those times might be gone now in Savusavu. It is our responsibility as parents to watch our children, particularly now that they will be on school break in a week's time. Watch every activity that they're into. Be aware of where your children are. This is something that my ministry has been strongly advocating from the past week. We need to find the passion to raise our children with their identity and their responsibilities in both the traditional and in the context of today's space and time. Living in an increasingly modernized environment has brought its benefits and challenges. As parents, we have a huge responsibility in the life of our children. To date, a total of 725 cases have been reported to my ministry by professionals under the Child Welfare Decree of 2010. 725 from January 1st this year to today. The decree mandates professionals to report on the harm or likely harm of a child to my permanent secretary so that children can get immediate support from social welfare officers. The reported cases continue to increase, and we believe these are some effects of the awareness created to inform the public through community and stakeholder advocacy programs provided by the ministry and its partners. As a government ministry responsible for the protection of children, we are committed to ensuring that children are protected from violence, exploitation, and abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, government invests in our children's protection and development through health, education, and welfare, and it is our responsibility as parents and guardians to do justice to our children. The Child Services Unit in the Department of Social Welfare has the legislative responsibilities in the protection of children, and for these, there are specific laws that govern child protection. In 2015, a child helpline was established specifically to become a focal access point for all children in Fiji to seek counseling, advice, referrals for services, and to report cases of abuse. The number is 1325, and this is a toll-free service. Apart from addressing the challenges reported by children, the Child Helpline will also provide an access point for concerned adults, parents, guardians, and citizens to access the helpline to report abuse and request for information on child-related matters. Ladies and gentlemen, the campaign against child abuse and neglect needs to be first understood and shown in the home front. Let us change our mindset and show warmth and understanding to our children. Let us listen to our children to get a picture of what challenges and opportunities they have and how we can assist them. Many of our children end up in the wrong side of the law because the home where love and understanding should be nurtured is rather cold and volatile for their security. Let us work together so that we can complement the development of a child from infancy to young adults. I wish to close with special emphasis on the theme, Great Childhood Begins at Home. Basically, the key to ensuring that we equip a child holistically to be responsible and make informed choices on the boundaries that surround them lies in the hands of their parents and guardians. I challenge all of us to be responsible and play our part for a brighter future for Fiji's future leaders. The principle is simple. We must put our children first as our priority. On that note, I now have much pleasure in declaring the National Prevention of Child Abuse Day and celebrations officially open. Vina.
Hello again.
It's a new version, eh?
Yes,
It's a new version, eh?
Absolutely love it. I think it looks nice on you too. Here you go. There you go. Wow, it matches your t-shirt. I love it. Hey, Grace. Grace, I want to look at me now. It's all right, baby. I love it.
Children, listen very carefully. After the minister, 10 years, when all the books, they are requesting
office, yeah.
They have a photo shoot with all the children. So it will happen right in front of the post house.
The post competition that we have. So we pick the winners.